Oh man, so my hair got chopped off. An intraday Bitcoin fell. It was up 0.35% of the time I recorded my Bitcoin video. If you haven't watched that, go check out that video as well. But since it's done an Uno reverse card, Bitcoin is now down 1%, but all coins are still managing to hold a bit of green. We've got FANTOM up 2.5%. We're going to take a look at the FANTOM charts. I'm going to let you know some key levels here in the charts as well. And obviously, we're going to look at Bitcoin to see what's going on in this market and what do we need to do. Let's take a look. And as always, guys, before we head straight into the charts, don't forget to support NordVPN, who've been kind enough to offer us 70% off of a 2-year plan on a VPN. So if you're still not set up on a VPN, guys, check out NordVPN. I personally use them every single day. And at the very least, to secure your privacy, the minimum you can do, like locking the front door, is having yourself set up on a VPN. So don't fall short of that. Get yourself set up on a VPN. Now, let's get straight into the charts. What can we see here? We're going to come back to FANTOM in a second, because what I want to show you first is Bitcoin. Now, if you watch my video posted a little bit earlier on Bitcoin, the customary daily Bitcoin video, you will see that I mentioned we got the breakout from here, and now the key is going to be, do we get a retest and a bounce, or do we fall back into our pattern? Okay, so far, it looks like we're falling into our pattern, as you can see here. It doesn't look like we're getting any bounce, although we do have a bit of cluster of support here, but it looks like this descending broadening wedge has failed to break to the upside, and the reason for that is worsening intentions, and this is why it's so critical, and I will always caveat all of my technical patterns with the context of what's going on in the macroeconomy, what's going on with the fundamentals. And you can see here, cyber attacks have now started targeted at Ukrainian banks and government websites. And, you know, this just means that things are escalating, right? Sanctions are going ahead. Biden live announcing sanctions on Nord Stream 2 company. US officials say Russian forces are ready to go for an attack. It's all escalating, right? People are calling back embassy staff. This is an escalation. And naturally, the market is not going to take too well to any little jumps in escalation. So every time there is the next thing, you know, they see some tanks or they see some fighter jets or they see something like this, the market's going to continue to bleed to the downside. So be prepared for that. You've got the Dow Jones down 0.61%. You've got the S&P down 0.8% and the NASDAQ now down 1.31% after initially earlier in the day being fairly flat across these indices. So definitely falling to the downside. And that is why, again, Bitcoin will fall to the downside, explaining why the risk off appetite continues here in the market. And now the S&P is in deep correction territory. And the question now arises, where do we go to from here on Bitcoin? Well, the worrying thing is now, after this little cluster here, the next level of support you've got is at the bottom here, this pivot point at 36,518. And then we've got a horizontal support at 36,118, this green line here. Then we're looking at the intersection of a few different trend lines we have. The long-term downward white trend line. We've got the longer-term triangle, which we monitor on the weekly as well. So you're looking at an area around 35.5 around here, right? That's our next level of support. Again, on the hourly, if I bring out our EMA ribbon, you can see it was a nice breakout to the upside at the moment we broke out from the wedge. This was giving you confidence that this could have been a nice move. We could have got a nice retest. Even when this hourly candle posted here green, this would have given you the feeling that we were going to head to the upside. Everything was looking good here from a technical perspective, but obviously as things escalate in the live environment, in the macroeconomy and geopolitically, that is where we see this fall to the downside. Now, what has this meant for FANTOM? Let's take a look at the FANTOM chart, because again, FANTOM's just following Bitcoin, of course, and we've had another touch now here, looking at the hourly chart on our long-term red downward trend. We're really struggling to break above this trend. Another bounce off it right now. Hit our EMA ribbon again. We're at an important support level here at 165. Can we hold this level? That's going to be important. Or are we going to fall back down to 147, which is where we managed to bounce from before? Long term here on FANTOM, I'm prepared. I'm prepared for lower price points, okay? I'm happy to pull back on FANTOM and continue to buy more cheap FANTOM. FANTOM is one of those projects for me which I won't be shy picking up. If I see cheap prices, I'll continue to add up because I really do have confidence in FANTOM being a long-term play. The fundamentals are right. The progress is right. When I look at it as a holistic project, they've got all of the boxes ticked, right? If I think about a Cardano, if I think about an Algorand, if I think about a Solana, I've got a few flags on all of them. Even though I hold all of them, there's a few nervous bits about all of them. Whereas with FANTOM, I really do see a great project executing with huge hugely undervalued even before all of this crash. So when this crash happens, I know there's extreme arbitrage to be had here to the upside. You can see here on the 4-hourly, we're still below our EMA ribbon. You can see even this small rallies to the upside, it's just getting sent back down, run back up, sent back down by the EMA ribbon, and struggling to really gain any momentum here. Now, what are going to be our catalysts? Well, obviously, the catalyst is going to be Bitcoin. But another clue we have seen is look how Phantom was running today. Phantom was doing really well today when Bitcoin was 0.3% up. Phantom was moving at a multiple, as were many good altcoins. And again, those are the clues for anybody nervous. Once the market picks up and Bitcoin picks up, make no mistake about it, these altcoins are going to sprint. To put this into context, at the time of speaking, you've still got Atom, Cosmos up 6%. You've still got Cardano up 3%. I got a video coming out on Cardano, Coty, and Algorand. So make sure you hit subscribe and you've got your notifications turned on for that one. And Phantom still, is still up today, right? It's a green day so far today. But obviously we know what's going on here in the macro trend. So we definitely have to keep an eye on that. If we take a look at the total value locked, yes, we're seeing a fall to the downside. We are seeing Phantom fall slightly. Let's just have a latest refresh on that. But we are seeing it fall to the downside. But it's not just Phantom. Phantom is down 13%. But we've got to remember Binance is down 7%. Ethereum is down 8%. Solana down 12% here. 20% on Polygon. Activities are falling, right? People who were staking or yield farming or playing around with liquidity pools, maybe in a risk-off environment, some of them are deciding to go back into safer plays, right? More people are holding UST, USTC, going into stable coins, Tether, just to wait to see what the next move is. So naturally, we're going to see money flow out of total value locked because a lot of, the majority of this is DeFi, right? This is DeFi, and people don't want to be playing around for risky returns in an embryonic market when there's so much fear in the market and people don't even want to be holding, stocks like Tesla. Tesla's fallen under $800 today. So we can see what the sentiment in the market is right now. Fear and greed index, extreme fear. We're on 25. It's notched up slightly today, but I think the reading tomorrow, given the intraday swing we've just seen today, might notch down to about 20-ish tomorrow, maybe 21 as a guess. But you can see we've fallen dramatically from our 52 levels all the way, well, you can't see that, 52 levels all the way down here back to 25, which is just indicating that the market is getting a little bit spooked. But I want to leave you on this, and I mentioned this in the Bitcoin video earlier today, and that is when the market is so convinced, when they're so certain that the price of Bitcoin is going to 20,000, it's often at those moments that the price is not going to go in that direction. In fact, somebody tweeted something better than I can say this. And if I can see if I can pull this up. Nope, I can't pull it up. I don't have it. Okay, but in essence, the retail market, if the retail market is expecting 100k Bitcoin, chances are you're not going to get one when they're so convinced you're going to get 100k Bitcoin. The market has a funny way of telling you you're wrong. So that is why I feel a little bit confident now when I'm seeing mass people selling, mass people panicking, going into stable coins, people who are holding fairly strong, including some important influencers, right? Moving across into some stable coins. It just gets me to do further research, build my conviction. I follow my principles. I'm a very boring investor in that case, right? Like I just follow my principles. What's my principle? Do I have high conviction in it? Have I invested more than I can lose? I make sure I don't. Am I spread out across all my favorite buys? Yep. If I see a cheap price and I can afford it, I buy more. If I can't afford to buy more, I'll go find some money to buy some more. And then I obviously don't invest more than I can afford to lose. So those are the rules I play out. And I really do keep it simple because the majority of people, this is where they go wrong. They try to do too much. They want instant gratification. And in investing, you'll learn probably the hard way if you're new to investing, if you're within your first couple of years in investing, you'll find out this is a long game. It really does take grit, it takes patience, it takes understanding your psychology to really see out these tough periods. And these periods are tough. And they will continue to be tough. They'll continue to be tough until the interest rate hikes. It may continue to be tough all year. But that's when we need to get to work, right? The people who are doing well on Bitcoin today that you want to emulate, the ones who you might see on Instagram with their car or this lifestyle that you want to emulate, if they did achieve it through Bitcoin, then they would have done so through accumulating in bear markets, in crypto winters. So we should see this as the opportunity. We should see this as a blessing that we have the opportunity to continue to amass coins and accumulate whilst we can. Now, obviously, the reason you're struggling to accumulate and the reason you're fearful is because you don't actually have conviction. And therein lies the problem. And therefore you can diagnose, okay, maybe I don't have conviction, in which case you shouldn't even have a single dollar in a project if you don't have conviction. Hope you guys found that quick analysis useful on Bitcoin and Phantom. Tough markets, but we got to stay together. I'll continue to be here with these daily updates. If you appreciate them, smash up the likes, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll definitely see you in the next one. What I'm going to do is at the end of this video, I'm going to link up the video on can Phantom 100x. Make sure you go watch that. If you've not watched that video, really important that at these times we go and watch videos which give you some fundamental analysis and give you some conviction in your plays. Go watch that one. I'll also link up the most important Phantom video you've ever seen. Even if you've watched it already, go watch it again. That's the type of video where you need to remind yourself how undervalued these projects are. And when you start seeing that type of analysis done and you see that modeling done, and remind yourself how quickly these things can run up when Bitcoin gets back to 60,000, then you'll have the conviction to buy into your favorite plays. Don't forget to support NordVPN. Links in the description. Coupon code OLDMAN will get you 70% off a VPN subscription. Get yourself signed up, guys. I think they have like a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you're not completely happy, they give you your money back as well. So absolute no-brainer. Get yourself set up, and I will see you in the next one with less hair. Thanks for watching. See you later.